Yo,
Hello.
yo. Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's going on, man?
Nice, I'm chilling. I'm feeling good today.
I like to hear.
Cool. So, let's just start with the intro. So,
All right.
tag, where you're from, how long you been playing, and goals for the game.
Okay, so I'm from Austin. I've been in the long story short is that I've been playing Melee since 2014, but
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly been like super on and off. I didn't enter my first tournament until like 2017, maybe 16.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my overall active tournament like gameplay or like time is lower than my overall like non-active time, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Um, yeah. But
No, I
uh,
know how that is. You play for like 2 years out of seven, but because it was the first two, that people were like, "You've been playing for 7 years."
Yeah, it's like I kind of did the Mewtwo King where like I couldn't enter tournaments or my internet was bad, so I played against
Mm-hmm.
CPUs for a while
I see.
when
Okay.
I was in high school. But anyway, um, yeah, I've had some like solid years of like really like intense like trying to get better under my belt, but it's not like super like comprehensive. If that I don't know if that's the right way to put it,
Okay.
but yeah. And goals for the game, I'd say right now let's see. I'm at the point where like I'm doing really well in my local tournaments, but like I'm not like the like tippy top player by any means. Like I have good wins versus good players in like the Austin Melee scene, but I want to really get better and like kind of cement myself higher in that area and like get more consistent and specifically versus Fox is what the VOD I sent you today is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. I could probably articulate it differently if you're looking for something else, but
No, I think that's good.
okay, okay.
Okay, one sec. I gotta go to the timestamp in the VOD.
Yeah, sorry, it's a long.
1:48:38. Okay. Alright, so. Okay. Get this working.
All right. Yeah, I can see
This
your
working.
screen.
Alright, and what's going on? What happens in this set, you feel like?
Okay, so this set, so just to preface, I get 6-0'd this set, but every game felt very winnable. And so Palpa played both Fox and Puff,
Mm
but
hmm.
I felt more comfortable versus his Puff than his Fox, to be honest.
Okay.
And I also struggle against other Foxes. Like I don't think I like get upset by like random player or like I should say that. Like I don't think I like get super upset by like Foxes that I feel like I shouldn't lose to.
Mm hmm.
I feel like I don't understand the interactions in the matchup as well as other characters. Like I think Sheik and Marth are like kind of my best matchups for
Mm
different
hmm.
reasons. But like when I play versus Fox, like I feel like I do random things or kind of like generic good Falco options without really understanding why. And like sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't.
Mm
When
hmm.
I spend time thinking about like what I could be doing differently or like why interactions play out the way they don't. But I feel like particularly in this matchup, I have a hard time coming to like a good conclusion, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind while we're
Okay.
watching. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
usually having Sheik and Marth as your better matchups is a pretty good sign, though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
just so the reason is mostly that so Fox is like a harder matchup than pretty much all the other matchups in my opinion. Like I think it's Falco's
Yeah.
toughest one. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it's also the matchup in which he has the strongest reversals and execution tests.
I agree. Yeah.
And
That makes
so
sense.
it's really easy to be like, well, I mean, the Fox missed four tech chases, so I four stocked him, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
um, and so it's definitely good that you're like, no, I do really well against the other characters, and Fox is the struggle one, because that's like kind of how it should be, I think.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Okay, so screen share is working?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
working good.
Alright, I'm just going to watch for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Might actually just watch this first game. This is kind of an interesting one.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Take your time.
Hmm. You're definitely fighting Fox like spacey to spacey.
Yeah.
And yeah, I usually try to tell people like you're always a spacey until you're against Fox, and then you're not the spacey. He is.
Okay. I think I understand what you're getting at.
Like in the sense that you're just kind of like, scrambles are usually good for me. Like I'm gonna be playing kind of fast and like really dynamic and like trying to like sneak in hits here and there and stuff like that. It's
Right.
just like this general feeling of like, well, I'm the spacey, like I have a shine and I have like my nairs and stuff like that, and I'm kind
Yeah.
of fast, and I'm just definitely getting like this whole like spacey versus spacey vibe rather than like,
I generally do play like that. I think that's pretty accurate versus or just in general for my play style.
hmm And I think this playstyle totally good against other characters, to be honest.
Yeah,
Especially
it's interesting.
especially Sheik. This playstyle is stupid strong against Sheik, which is probably why you feel good against Sheik.
Yeah, it's weird though, because I feel like I almost play like less so this way versus like Sheik and Marth, for
hmm
example. I don't know.
Well,
It's
you probably know how to like measure it a little bit better.
yes, yeah. That's what I feel like.
Wow. Okay, this was a game and a half to talk about.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely give it a
okay, so the first one is obviously lasers.
yeah, yeah,
Like you need more lasers fired. Uh,
yeah.
okay, so a lot of this matchup is setting up traps for Fox.
Okay.
So it's a lot of. There was an example coming up. Let me find it. And this is just a nice, easy example. So it might seem a little oversimplified.
That's okay.
Um, but let me see. I think it might be the second stock. Let me find it. It's on the left side platform. Okay. So I think you come back, you like immediately kill him. Oh, right here. Okay. So it's kind of like I would do this a lot, where it's like, okay, I'm chilling, I let my invincibility run out, and then like right here, this is like a good like basically you see a lot of these spots in Falco Fox where you're like, if Fox does X movement or like movement plus attack, he can hit me. And you know that's like the one he wants. Like
Yeah.
when you're looking at this, you know Fox probably wants full hop nair, full hop up air here, something like that.
Yeah.
And so this is like the perfect opportunity to like dash shield and then like hunt for like a shield drop shine on the full hop
Yeah.
aerial.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you don't go for the shield, like let's say Fox, like you're here and you do the dash shield, and then Fox like dashes back here, you're kind of just fine.
Yeah. Like it's not
And
gonna like
that
kill
is
you.
sort of like a microcosm for like a lot of the matchup, where you are going to sort of be like, okay, if Fox takes this option, I'll kill him. And if he like this dumb kind of heavily committal option, if he takes it, he's dead. If he doesn't take it, we're both just kind of chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So it's very like stalemate heavy. And it's going to be very stalemate heavy with platforms and lasers. And for this stage in particular, I talk a lot about how controlling the top platform is kind of the priority on this stage.
Okay.
Mostly because if you have the top platform, then you get to drop laser, and it gives you center stage. Whereas like if you're here and Fox is here, he gets this like threatening to
Yeah,
run off
that area
waveland, all
sucks.
this annoying stuff. So like when Fox is up here, I usually just like chill for a sec, roll the other side, try to get up on top, and I'm like, now I'm on top and I get the same strong mix up, except I also have lasers.
Yeah. Can I ask real quick, if you're like on the
Yeah.
top platform trying to set up like you were saying a drop down laser, if like Fox goes for something like pretty committal, like I don't know, like a full hop up air, for example,
Mm-hmm.
can you just like short hop down or that, or like do you just have to like kind of anticipate it and like move out of the way, if that makes sense?
Um, so there are. This actually happens a lot with like stuff like just Fox full hop in general. Like not even like
Uh-huh.
Fox coming up and full hopping you, but like you're on the ground and Fox goes for like a full hop nair or something like that.
Right.
Uh, what you want to kind of do is pick. So like if Fox just chucks out random full hop up airs while you're up here, completely random, there's not really like a consistent way to hit him for it. You can go for like the short hop downers on the platform, and a lot of times just holding up in general will get you out of all the up airs here. So you
Oh,
have
like
like pretty safe options. But what I like to do is I'll do short hop, and then if Fox whiffs at like basically if Fox whiffs at a drift that I can punish, I'll get stuff like this where Fox is here and he does dash dance and he runs and I'm like, he's gonna do full hop up air here and drop here. So what
yeah.
I'll do is I'll short hop over and I'll drift this way and then I'll catch him on the way down with like a
Oh.
shine or a down air.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's something that I definitely
But you're
don't
not
do.
always going to get it. So, like, for instance, if I'm
Right.
here and Fox dashes this way, and I think he's going to be like, chuck out an up air here and then go to here, but he actually wants to do like straight up jump and snipe me here,
Uh-huh.
then maybe I short hop and I drift to the left to cover this one, but I see that he just went up and down here. So then I just land on the platform and it's like a stalemate.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
And there's like that general flow of like, come on, Fox, give me this thing I can shine you out of. You didn't? Okay, we're back to neutral. Is like that kind of is this whole matchup. Like every point in this matchup will kind of resolve around a similar structure.
Yeah.
One sec.
Also, real quick, when you say I think you mentioned like holding up if he hits you with the up air. Do you just mean like
Mm-hmm.
DIing up so he can't get another one because he just full hopped and is landing back on like the bottom of the stage?
Say that again.
Sorry. I think what you said I may be wrong. You mentioned holding up. I think
Mm-hmm.
if Fox does land the up air, is that just to DI up so
Yeah,
he
you
can't connect
just
another one?
so a lot. Yeah, no, it's just that the ASDI up, and if you can, the SDI up.
Huh.
But basically it gets you out of the second hit.
Okay. Okay. I see.
And like it, yeah. If you want, I can show you in Dolphin really quick. But
I think I get what you're
basically,
saying.
yeah, you just hold up, and you'll just do that thing where Fox up airs you, and you're like, "Blip, blip."
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just kind of
Gotcha.
pop out after the first hit.
Gotcha. 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 Yeah.
And I go for the SDI, but like a lot of times the ASDI is enough. I'm not sure on the exact frame data of why that is, but it
Okay. Yeah.
works.
I
It
don't.
works pretty much every time.
Okay, I need to do that more too because I definitely don't really do ASDI very often, especially for like Fox up there. I usually try to SDI it, but yeah, I need to do that for sure.
It's kind of just the perfect height on the Yoshi's platform to like
I
make
see.
it work.
Okay.
Okay. And so like these positions where you're going for like these shines is like yeah. So these shines can work and they're fine,
Huh.
sort of, but like they're the mix up, and you're
I see.
using them as like the main course kind of. So
Yeah.
like the main thing needs to be lasers. Like if you
Okay.
get a neutral reset like this and stuff like you need to be lasering here rather than going for like wave dash in shine cheese.
Right.
And because it's just not as solid. Like Fox had a million opportunities there to get you
Yeah.
with like drill or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Um.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. Because there have been times where I've like tried to like think more about or just try implementing more lasers. But then I feel like I usually do worse when I do it, but I think I'm just not doing it right because I usually when I try to like fight Fox like what I'm doing here, just kind of like you said, just kind of like going for like random cheese openings that like could work, but like are not like
Mm-hmm.
definitely what you should be looking for every time. Like I have better success with it, but I definitely need to switch back to like in the long term, I will have much better success figuring out how to play lasers in this and like these types of situations. So, yeah.
1 second.
No worries.
I think I mistyped the title of the lesson.
All good.
Whatever, I cannot remember how to change. Everyone's just in chat typing !Howdy because I think I put it I put it in the wrong spot, and I'm like, oh no, whatever though.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's basically with the lasers, it's because the laser doesn't have a high payoff on its own.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so getting the laser, like you'll land 3 or 4 lasers, and then they hit you with their big opening, and you're like, why didn't I just use my big opening? You know.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to like get discouraged.
Yes.
So first of all, have you seen my double laser video on YouTube?
Is it the one where like if you laser at a certain spacing, then you can like guarantee to get a second laser? There's nothing Fox can
Yes.
do about it. I have seen that. I didn't think I watched the whole video, but I saw like the core idea essentially.
Okay. So yeah, essentially it's that like if Fox is maybe at this range, like if he's here and you're here, and you land an initial laser, if you just shoot a second one right away, he can't like punish the first laser.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what that gives you is after you land the first laser, you're guaranteed some amount. Like it's sort of like Fox's dash back because Fox is so fast. Where like if you're in the center of FD and then Fox dashes back really far, he kind of gets like a little bit of time to do whatever he wants before you can close the gap and actually hurt him. And yeah, what's up?
Oh, sorry, I was just my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so that basically like Falco's dash dance, he doesn't have that. So if you don't use the lasers, you're basically stuck kind of in like a Peach situation where you're trying to use aerials and shield to like defend yourself from Fox. And that's just you're just gonna lose eventually. So, the reason why the shine is the mix-up is that like, first of all, the lasers get damage, so that's good. The damage is actually really important at really low percent because like down airing Fox at 0 and down airing Fox at 10 have like massively different stun.
Right.
And so you're not really going to be able to combo at 0, so you want these lasers. And so what it does is it turns situations into slight advantages, because when you hit with the laser, you have a small frame advantage. And because, right, like Falco lands, he has 4 landing frames. During those frames, a lot of times the laser's hitting Fox does like 11 frames of stun. So you get like this big frame advantage where like if Fox tries to take laser up smash and you just hit him with the laser and down air him, you got him. Whereas, like, if you just try to down air him and he up smashes, a lot of times you lose or it trades and all these types of things.
Yeah.
So, while the laser doesn't do, like, a ton of damage, sometimes it does really relevant damage. It also allows you to, like, sort of call Fox out for doing hyper aggro options and, like, stop them. And then it also gives you small frame advantages. So it's kind of like the tool that solves all your issues in this matchup, as long as you use it correctly. Because like you said, if you use like the laser wrong, you're trying to shoot a 2 damage projectile at them and you get killed.
Yeah. It's like when I feel like in the past when I've tried to use like sometimes I use lasers more and it feels pretty good, but I'm not consistent at it at all. But I feel like a lot of times I overcomplicate it and shoot too many, and then it's like it just projects to my opponent that I'm like not actually threatening anything, but I'm just like trying to shoot too many lasers. Just comment, so.
Okay, do you use retreating laser, approaching laser at all?
Not versus Fox, I feel like. I think I do that sometimes, but like more so versus Sheik and Marth and like other matchups, but yeah.
One second. I think my controller is still in my backpack, but let me show you this thing really quick.
Okay.
I just realized I had a really weird dream last night that I've never had, where I was trying to unravel my controller, and the cord kept getting longer and longer, and my opponent was like, "Hey, are you gonna like plug in?" And I was like, "1 second," and I just like kept unwinding. I've never had any sort of dream like that before.
Did you eventually unwind it and plug it in, or did it just keep going and then you like the dream ended?
It got tangled, and I got really frustrated.
Oh,
I
no.
never got to play my set though.
That's so funny. It's like, dude, are we gonna play the game or what?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'm going. I can't get it untangled.
Holy
Okay, so basically the reason for retreating laser, approaching laser is, okay, there's a lot of logic behind it, but basically being able to do this laser is super important, because if you're here and you do this laser, you're safe.
Okay.
Whereas, like, if you do this sort of backflip laser here, like this, you're not safe. He can kill you for this.
Yeah. I do that laser all the time. Yeah.
This one?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
one.
and so you want to do this one, because it first of all gets the laser out quicker, because you're not wasting these dash frames. You just dash jump and then it comes out. And second of all, you get like more distance. So if you're in a position like this, you could just be like, you know, like trying to really give me this, you know, but then like you have the risk of Fox just like the her, you know, and he kills you. So it's like, if you want to be safe, you can take this option, and what this option does, gives you a little bit of percent, gives you safe spacing, like it does everything, you know, like you're not winning the lottery, but you are getting a paycheck.
Yes. Okay. That's a good.
And so it's like you want like the consistent, like, oh, I make money constantly in the matchup, rather than like maybe,
Yeah,
like doing this type
gambling.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the advantage of the retreating laser, approaching laser that's kind of nice is that if Fox does not run in to immediately take the space, you get to take it back.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Like after the laser, if he doesn't take it immediately.
Yeah. So you get to do this sort of like this, and
Okay.
come back into the same spot. So like, let's say we're here. Let's say we're here, and I do this, and I go like this, and at the same time, Fox went here. So it's like this, and then he comes back in, and I have my laser here. It's basically, you get to use the retreating laser without just always being like, lol, I'm cornered, like that. Like, you get to use this, and then it's like, also, leaving means I might come back in. And so basically, you don't want to come back in on Fox like this. You don't really want to do those on Fox, because there's just too many ways he can hit you out of it.
Yeah.
But I really like doing the approaching laser and landing like, here, because it gives you this, you get a frame advantage at close range.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's not gonna hit you with, like, if you land laser, he's not gonna hit you with anything crazy like immediately, but you're in a good range to punish him for what he acts out of, right?
Yeah, because if he tries to hit you out of the laser like here, you can just like hit him.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And okay, there's another quick thing I'll mention that's like kind of relevant here, but basically the laser in place hits like, I think 12 frames apart or something. But basically, if you do the retreating laser, because I'm moving away after the first laser, the gap between the lasers is, when they hit Fox, is longer.
Yeah.
So like if I shoot it from here, like watch just the gap on Fox, so it's like that, versus like it takes a while because I'm moving away, and then but this one is the opposite, where this actually hits way faster than like laser in place.
I didn't think about that actually. Yeah.
And so even if you're shooting the lasers as fast as you can, they always come at different timings. If you're doing this, they always come at the same timing. But if you're doing this, they always come at different timings, because you're like laser, retreating laser, laser in place, and laser in place, approaching laser, you know, and then you combine it with the dash dances like this, and Fox basically, he can't get consistent power shields. He can't reliably dash out of lasers without like looking really closely. His full hop becomes a little invalidated because instead of just jumping on top of you here doing this, or like back, like, you know, you do like, and then Fox takes laser and then full hops and hits the second one or whatever. Like, that's not going to happen because you're moving around. And so if Fox tries to go for the full hop, a lot of times he'll just aim in the wrong spot and then get like grabbed or down aired or back aired or something like that.
Okay, this makes a ton of sense because like I've watched some of your other Falco versus Fox lessons just on YouTube, and like I've heard you talk about the laser, or like just different some of the same things, but I guess when I'm applying it to my own VODs and thinking about it, it makes more sense to me. Like, because thinking back, it's like not only like in the game that I gave to you, but like when I play versus Sheik and Marth, for example, like I said, I play like not quite as like, oh, I'm the spacey, but it's like I love lasers, but like I get power shielded more than I should, and I really don't think I implement like these different laser spacings like through the dash dances and all the stuff that you just showed. But I guess that was all to say I get what you're saying, and this makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, that's sick. Okay, yeah, so a lot of times what it can create is you can sort of end up with the spacing. So sometimes if I do this, like I said, I end up too far away, and so I just go like, oh, bam, bam, you know? But sometimes maybe I do this, and Fox dashed in while I did this, and he ends up about here. And then instead of this being this, because like now he's in the space, then I get laser in place. And that's the reason for the laser in place spacing, is any laser while I'm moving around can be turned into a quick double laser. Okay. And so while you're doing this, Fox is going to have a really hard time really getting in on you because you're constantly moving around with the lasers and changing your timing and dash dancing. So he's going to be like moving. He has a really tough time. He's going to be using platforms and all full hops and stuff. He wants to get away from your lasers. So then what you can do is while you're doing the lasers, you can use platforms. So let's say you think Fox wants to do run in, take laser, run in, up smash. Then you go like this, you go, okay, he runs in to the center here, and then I do this, and he's here, and I think he wants to up smash, bam. And then I punish the up smash with this. Yeah. Or I do, let's say I get this, and then Fox like jumped over it, now he's running at me really fast, maybe I'll get this. And what that'll do is like, okay, if he gets a running power shield, whatever, if it hits him, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to get laser, and I full hop over, or I get laser, and I go up to here, and I come down, and I laser. And sometimes I'll get stuff where I do this, like that type of thing. So I combine these elements of like, I'm escaping to the platform, I'm coming down with lasers, I'm doing the same thing on the side plat, and I'm sort of combining it with this whole thing. And what this does is it just sort of makes this really annoying laser wall where Falco is also, like, a lot of times I'll do stuff like this, and then I'll come up here, and then Fox, like, does, like, full hop nair, you know, like, he'll do like, this nair kind of here, and then I get over him, and then, bam, come down with the down air, and I kill him.
Okay, yeah, I definitely need to do
so
that.
So yeah, the basic pattern of the matchup is like you use these little laser patterns, and you're kind of using them to set up traps of like, don't you want to try to hit me? And then when he goes for it, you hit him, and if he doesn't go for it, you just move around and continue lasering.
Yeah, it's not like you lost the situation.
So when you're in a spot like that, where you're like, you have this gamble, it's like, dude, that could have been a bunch of lasers. He could have been at 10%. You could have just kept moving around and gotten something way better than, like, just sort of, I'm right next to him on the ground, therefore I will exclusively fish for aerials and shines right next to him on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
Because without the lasers, Falco is just like a worse Fox.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, same here. Every opportunity... So this is kind of an interesting thing with Falco compared to other characters. Every character in the game besides Falco, when they separate in neutral on the ground, they need to make a decision of left or right. They need to make a decision of like, okay, we like the scramble ended, whatever, we split, it reset to neutral. Do I run in or do I run back? And every character has to deal with that except Falco. Falco does not need to make a decision when neutral splits up. So when we're like, okay, when we're here, 1 second, and I'll show you, and where neutral splits up, right, I guess it was kind of there too, but I think it happens again right here. So neutral just split up after this roll. You do not have to think. It's kind of nice. All you have to do is shoot a laser. Because when you... What's up?
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, like, in this situation, like, given the spacing, would you do, like, a retreating laser? Because, like, to avoid, like, run and up smash or something? Or could you do laser in place?
No, once you know the spacing, you know that he can't hit your laser from here.
Okay.
Because it's this spacing. It's like the double laser spacing, and even though I haven't hit the first laser, I'm like, there's no way he can get in on this second laser. Like, it's just like you learn the spacing, and so you know it's safe. It's kind of like you're like, well, how'd you think that Fox didn't get in before this down air and hit you? And you're like, he's not gonna. You know, like you just know.
Yeah. Okay. I think I need to like really ingrain that spacing into my mind.
Yeah, and something that helps is just, you know, having like a replay of Fox, you know, taking laser and then running in, or just you can just do a thing where you make a replay where Falco shoots a laser in place, and then you're Fox, and you just test out different distances of like trying to nair him out of it and stuff. You'd be really surprised, like how much Falco can protect himself against aerials, especially if you use a high laser. Like, this wasn't even at a distance where I needed the high laser. But, like, dude, okay, let me just show you this really quick.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of absurd. So... Okay. Oh, wait, I gotta just do... Say positions. Oops, okay. So, slightly further. Like that, look at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, here.
And the second one, it needs to be high, right?
Yeah, but...
Yes.
But it's just because he'll a lot of times get over the low one, so... Or, like, the low one doesn't come out fast enough a lot of times, so he'll get, like that.
Okay, yeah.
And, but, like, if Fox is, say, at, like, this range, where I'm, like, here, then, like, which is where I was, like, in the video, right? That, like... Or, not in the video. Like, it's from the video, but it's also, like, the one in your VOD,
Yeah.
Where if I do this... Like, there's no... I can't get in at all. I can get this weird nair where I kind of go over it because of that individual laser, but not really. And, but you can get it when you're up that close. So basically learning the spacing on the lasers and being like, there's been so many times where I shoot the first laser and I realize Fox is going to be in too close, and I know they're not going to up smash, so I just do that high laser, catch the nair, they're close enough after the laser, dash JC shine, win the game.
Okay.
So, like, just knowing where and how, like, it should basically be, like, if you want to be the Fox Slayer in this matchup, the one thing you got to get really comfortable with is, like, when it's safe to shoot lasers.
Yeah.
Because that is the reason, like, Fox wins this all the time just because of Falco is, like, I wasn't confident enough to shoot a laser, so I short hop down it, and I got dash dance grabbed, and the game was over.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's just super important to get really good at that laser spacing. And not at any particular spacing, but just to generally know, like, what ranges you can safely shoot lasers. Because, you know, the more lasers you shoot, every laser you shoot is an advantage state. Because you have a slight frame advantage.
Right.
So every single time you shoot a laser, you get a chance to, like, dash in uncontested or something like that. Like when if Fox wants to poke in with a dash dance, there's always a chance you could just hard read it and hit him.
Yeah.
But if you laser Fox and you dash in, dash back, you had enough frames to literally freely get your dash in, dash back without any threats from Fox being able to hit you. So every laser you get is a chance for you to get an advantage that, like, Fox needs to account for. So every single laser, you could be doing something afterward, and it just sort of overloads the Fox with info. It's kind of, if you ever played that game like Hot Hands as a kid, where you like put your hands under the other person's hands, you try to like get them over and slap the top. I don't know what they call it where you're from.
I played that.
But it's kind of like, is the most annoying kid the one that you're like, ready, go, and then they're like, and they slap, or is it the kid who's like, I've got all day, and they'll wait like 5 minutes before slapping, and you're like, all right, you killed the fun,
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
But like in competition, you want to be that kid.
Yeah.
And so the laser gives you the chance to do like to flinch, like you flinch your hands on the underneath guy. You're like,
Yeah, but, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, how many times are you gonna do that? And you're like, 500. Like on the 499th time, I will strike, and you will not expect it. And it's like, that is kind of like the appeal of Falco, is that like every single time you shoot a laser, you get like am I gonna go for it? Is it time to do my psycho main character down air? And like they're like, they need to deal with the fact that you might be doing it then. And especially because they've played other Falcos, they've played other games with you. After every laser, you might literally be coming in with the psycho down air.
Yeah.
And so every laser you can land in neutral and continue moving around, like it creates threats and advantage states where you don't even need to be like aware of them. Like you can just laser and you full hop. And Fox in his head was like, okay, I took the laser and I think Falco is going to be like short hop downering underneath me. So I took the laser and I'm going to do full hop drill. Like the most common option ever.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
it's like, you weren't even thinking about it. You were just like, laser full hop to be safe. And Fox happens to full hop drill, and now you're above Fox's full hop drill, and you just come down on it in down air. So it's like every laser Fox needs to respond to, he needs to respect, he needs to think about. And you don't. You can just keep moving around, creating free threats everywhere, capitalizing where capitalizing if he gives you something, and then sort of just deciding like, yeah, I can go for a shine, like I can jump in on you, 1 out of 15 times. Whereas like, let's say Fox, if Fox or any other character in the game tries to poke in 15, 20 times before hitting, they've like accumulated too much danger. Like every poke in is a little bit of danger. Like you get like a 1 out of 20 chance of being hit, and if you poke in 20 times, you're gonna get hit eventually for that. So no other character can really do that like Falco can, except for Puff, because she just runs away. So she's like, I could interact, never mind.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been struggling a lot with thinking about this matchup lately, but I feel like I have so much to work on now, at least, and hearing you explain what you just said, like, gives me a really good idea of just like how, or like why, or how you can make it hard for Fox is what I'm getting at. Because usually when I play it, I'm like, okay, like this feels hard, but I can still like just do things and like win. But like, okay.
Yeah, and the extra crazy part is you combine all of that frustration for Fox with, first of all, really good traps, and like second of all, really good reversals. Where, like, after all this, like, I can't tell you the number of times that, like, I've played a Fox and it's 27 lasers to the face and they're, like, using every ounce of discipline in their body to not go in on it. And then, like, they finally outplay me and they get a shine and they go to tech chase me and I spot dodge shine them and they die. And it's like, and they just give up. Like, I kid you not, so many Fox mains, like, dude, like, I just sat there taking laser, power shield laser, full hopping for 30 seconds straight, and then I hit you once and I die, and it's just like, as the Fox, it's so easy to spiral, because then you come back the next stock, and you're like, come on, give me it, and Falco goes onto the side plat, baits the nair, shield drop shine, starts working on your second stock, and you just want to get up and leave the setup.
Like, get me out of here, man.
Yeah.
Like, just get me.
So, like, that is sort of like the angle. Like, the angle that you can look at it from, where Falco is just stupid annoying.
I definitely, I do not play that way against Fox. I'm excited to play against Fox now, just to like I just want to be that guy. I just want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm. And the thing
Yeah.
is, Fox doesn't have to put in any effort to be annoying. Because you're like, oops, I meant to short hop, instant super mix up. Like, oops, I
It's
meant to do
super
this,
mix.
instant. I'm across the whole stage. I was 20 frames late on my reaction, but I went for it anyway. And, because I'm
Yeah,
Fox, I got away with it. So, like, Fox already plays the most annoying style possible just by being Fox against Falco.
exactly.
He's just fast, he's stupid, he throws out a million moves, he kills you at zero. So it's like, from the Falco end, we have to put in extra effort to be annoying. And this is an illustration I've been really liking lately. Is I think of this matchup as Superman versus Batman. So
Hey, I love that.
Fox
Yeah.
is Superman. He's just super speed. He's just flying around. He can punch through a building. He has laser eyes. And you're Batman, and you're like sitting there with your like lead coated little like all your lead coated stuff, so he can't see you. And you have your little thing of kryptonite, and you're like hiding, under a car or something, trying to come up with the perfect plan to like kind of
Exactly.
gimmick him. That's like kind of how you have to think of it. You have all these tools, and you just need to kind of make his life as miserable as possible until you can kryptonite him. And he's
Okay.
just gonna
Okay.
he's just gonna fly around being Superman, and it's super annoying, but like you can defeat it.
Sorry, it's just the funniest analogy, and it also makes sense. So
Yeah,
I
it
love
makes
it.
too much sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just fits my experience so well.
Yeah. So,
And okay,
one, I don't know if you were about to say something, but I have a
go for it.
random question for
Yes.
you.
No, the more info and like stuff you can provide, it always helps more.
Okay, sweet. I think Palpa did a lot in this set. I can't remember a specific timestamp, but or is I've played against another Fox. Stone does it a lot too, who lives like right next to me, or we play a lot. But side B to ledge, like super low sweet spot, I struggle to cover because like does down smash like actually hit it, or do you have to like do like a low down air like rising, if that makes sense?
Okay, what position are you saying exactly? Because you're just talking about sweet spot to edge.
Yeah, essentially just when Fox side B's to ledge and like does like a really good sweet spot to it.
Yeah,
I
down smash
generally
absolutely will never ever hit.
okay, that's what I thought.
Down smash. Okay, so really quick, you can
Uh-huh.
finish talking about it in a second. Down smash has a couple uses, and it's basically like if you go all the way to the edge, like you're teetering, and they side B. Um, Sometimes if they're too high up, you can down smash them before they reach the edge. But you
Okay,
need to
okay.
be all the way into the edge, because if you're not, then they'll just tech the side B, or they'll tech the
Right.
down smash out of the high side B. Um, I would say like generally there are like I would like there's a couple spots where I go for side B, or sorry, down smash Fox's side B, but it's not common. Um,
Okay.
like maybe an example of like one of the only ones I do is like on FD or Fountain or something. I will hit them off and I do run off, double jump, double laser.
Yeah.
But I can tell that they think they're gonna like side B and cut me out of the double laser, like they get under it and side B you. And
Uh-huh.
so I'll fast fall it early, and then I get like and then like they side B a little over the ledge, and I just down smash them. I get that on like FD and stuff like that a lot, where like they think they're
Okay.
gonna get underneath me, and I go nah, and I down smash because it was clearly like not a real sweet spot. Um, but that is not like what you usually want to be doing.
Uh-huh.
So edge guarding Fox is a little tricky at when he's up close. So when he's far away, obviously you can just kind of laser him, and if he side Bs, you can just grab edge. If he's really close to the stage, it becomes much more of like a 50-50. What I like to do is I don't know, I try to basically, if he gives me a chance, you can go to edge, because once you're on edge, if Fox side Bs at all, you can react to it in back air.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but like yeah, like if you're like setting up to edge guard him and you hit him off stage, and like let's say you don't have enough time to do run off double jump down air, you don't have enough time to do run off double jump double laser, anything to even like try, and Fox just instant double jump size Bs to edge and like perfect sweet spots, you just can't get him every time.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Because yeah, I've been struggling against that specific recovery for a little bit now, but I didn't know if it was like my approach or
is
just
there an
like
example here that like
yes, I wrote down a timestamp. Specifically, it
perfect?
was It was not this set. It was at 51 minutes and 24 seconds. It wasn't this set, but
Oh,
I
like
played against
1 hour, 51 minutes.
or excuse me, 0 hours,
Oh,
just 51
0
minutes,
hours,
and
51 minutes.
yeah, it's way early in the VOD. And it's versus a different Fox player who he's beaten me several times.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty bad losing record to him. I've beaten him a couple times, but
Okay, you
yeah,
said it was 51 minutes and what?
24 seconds.
24 seconds. Okay. Aha.
Yeah. So
So
like, I
let's
tried
see.
to cover there, but I just didn't do it right, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so Fox, does he have a double jump? Yes, he does. Okay, so yeah, this is literally like, okay, so in this position, this is 100% like a 50-50 or like a gambly type thing.
Okay.
But I don't super like this down air because even if so like this basically this down air is covering one specific timing of side B.
Yeah.
And if he does double jump here and then waits a split second, you're gonna end up like landing with your down air here, and his side B can cut you out of your down air landing animation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he has too many options here. So your basic plan is either you think he's gonna jump up and you're gonna do some form of a laser, either a short hop laser on stage or a run off double jump double laser, like some form of laser, or you just grab edge. Because like yeah, this and honestly, you like read him, you were just kind of slightly off on the timing.
Yeah. Uh, Specifically Stone, I play him a lot. He's really good at doing like really good side B sweet spots, and I'm really bad at covering it. Even in this situation, I tried to read it and I just messed up still.
I
Or I
see.
did
Yeah,
it
there's
wrong.
nothing wrong with just grabbing the edge. Like Falco's totally
Yeah.
good off of ledge here. If Fox, like a lot of times, I'll get something where I do like grab edge, and then Fox notices that I grabbed edge, so instead of the sweet spot, he'll do double jump here, up B, right?
Yeah.
And then
it's a whole
from
nother
here,
thing.
drop, double jump, turn around, laser, laser.
Like,
So
yeah. Okay.
drop,
Okay.
turn around, double laser, grab edge again, or whatever like that. And then if you grab edge and Fox just double jump instant side Bs on stage, you either get a ledge dash punish or you get drop, double jump side B on stage.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I
And the side
definitely.
B on
Yeah.
stage works more just at like higher percents because I'm pretty sure they can tech it at lower percents.
Uh-huh.
But like it does work, and a lot of times it works, especially when they're at like 100 or something. I'll just grab edge and they side B on stage, and then I side B, and you get a tech chase, then you can kill out of it.
Okay, that's awesome to know because I didn't realize that worked. I've seen like foxes do that more, like the
Yeah, it's the
cover.
same thing that Fox does.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that it worked as well with Falco. I'll start doing that. That's
Yeah, no, it
awesome.
works really well, and like but it's something you like. They're usually not gonna be at a range where you need to do that. Like I'm pretty sure if Fox
Right.
side B at this range, you can just ledge dash and literally just get a shine if he goes onto the stage. So
Okay. Okay.
when somebody's really good at side B sweet spotting, I do go for a lot more grab edge and a lot more of these down air reads and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
The thing with the side B is like from the Fox side, it feels so it's you know from the Falco end where you side B and you recover and you side B and you recover and you side B and you recover and you're like this is great, and then you're
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be the trickiest person in the world and you up B and they instantly kill you,
Yep.
and you have this feeling of like never doing that again.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
Fox is the opposite, where for Fox the up B
Oh.
is like his ultimate recovery that he always gets back with. And
Yeah.
so when Fox does the side B, he's kind of this like, come on, gimme. Like I kind of want to be a little greedy and a little bit like tricky and maybe just give me this. And so like, but it opens him up to a lot. Like yeah, obviously he can die from the up B, but a lot of times when he up Bs, you're gonna laser him, and he gets a mix up of like side B or up B again. And he gets a bunch
Oh.
of angles, and he gets all this wonderful stuff. Whereas if he side Bs and you just hit him out of it, or like he side Bs at 60 and you grab edge and he just dies, they feel horrible. Like
Yeah.
they're like, why did I do that? I
Like,
should
I'm
just
never doing
upbeat
that.
every time. So there's a lot of foxes where like I'll start a set with them, they side B to edge the first time, and I'm like, wow, like That was like, aggressive or like greedy to side B to edge. And then the next time I'll just forward throw them off, act like I'm gonna like shoot. I'll forward throw them off, shoot one laser, shine, turn around, grab edge immediately. They side B, die at like 30, and then they just up B the rest of the set. Or like literally.
Oh my god. I don't do the laser shine turn on grab ledge.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the quickest way to grab edge. Usually, like you can do the pivot or like dash back, wave dash back too. But a lot of times the shine turnaround is just like easier to not. Like if you do the pivot, sometimes you get like one more frame of dash, and then it takes you a little longer to like get to ledge and stuff, and it can get a little messy. Whereas like the shine is just like laser, shine, turn around, and grab edge.
Yeah, just the same thing every
I
time.
took that from KGH because he was the one who
Gotcha.
taught me. He's like, oh, just do that. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so let's go through this a little bit more. Oh yeah, wait, this is the old set, but or like sorry, this is like the other set. But yeah, just as a quick note, when you're in a situation like this, full hop. Because remember the top plat is your main goal, so you're just like, oh, I'll just leave, conquer the top plat, come down with a laser, and then I get my doop 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 run back and forth laser platform top plat whole like bait thing.
Okay, and so if, for example, like I was about to ask, he did it right there. He just full hop back aired. Like, am I supposed to like? Can I punish that when he or should I have already full hopped and like not been in position to get like full hop back aired on my shield?
Let me see. Yeah, if you full hopped here, you probably would have punished this back here.
Yeah. Okay, for a second I couldn't tell how long I was in shield, but then once you played it again, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I probably could have just gone out.
Yeah, and also the thing to keep in mind against Fox is, like, you should never be... Like, you should never... If the question is, can I punish this? Like, in the game. If a question comes up in your mind, like, they kind of... Like, you're here, you're shielding, and Fox back airs your shield, and they drift away, and you have, like, a question in your mind, like... Can I punish that? You can't. Don't try it.
Okay.
Like that is like a good metric. What an and I kind of went over this earlier in the lesson, but like an illustration of like how I deal with Fox in general is that like Fox full hops, and Fox loves doing this dumb full hop where they do like let me just grab this up really quick.
You're good.
So Fox will do this thing where he goes like, oh, you're at percent to get knocked down, and they'll go like,
yep.
Oh man, I'm sick at this game.
I'm so good versus Falco.
Yeah, I'm so good. Oh man, I figured this one out. I figured it out. And they do this, right? And the problem that Falcos have is they're like, dude, this guy is being like a total moron. Like, I should be able to hit him. And they're like, and what happens is they just get clipped by a nair, they get knocked down, and then Fox does that.
That's exactly what I do.
And so it's because there's this feeling of, can I punish that? Can I punish that? He just keeps doing these dumb nairs. Can I punish that? I should be able to punish that. And that is sort of what Fox preys on against Falco players. And so what I do is Fox he'll do his full hop nair, and I'll see it coming, and I roll. And then so I roll, and then I shoot this laser, I go to here, shoot this laser, do this, he does another full hop. But here I come with the full hop. I see it coming, whoo, roll, come back, do this again. And I literally will just kind of do that over and over, and I'm like, yeah, go for it, like, go for your nairs. I'm never gonna punish the nairs, don't worry. And Fox start being like, yeah, like, he can't punish nair, like, I'm kind of immortal. And then eventually, you'll just be moving around and doing it, and Fox will be like, well, how about this nair? You know? So Fox is, okay, how about this one, though? Haha! And then you're like, okay, but this time... is it not... Did I do something wrong here? Okay, 1 sec. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so Fox does this, and then this one time you're like, gotcha! Like, after all that, like, you jump 10 times without me catching you, because I'll be like, oh, wasn't really ready for that. You know, so I do this a lot. Oh, get away, roll, like that. And then when he finally, I'm like, what if I CC? Oh, got him. So it's kind of like, I'll look for my traps, And if it's not the trap that I really wanted, and I don't get this perfect, like, oop, aha, setup, then I will literally just, like, oopsie, full hop, leave. And I will just leave multiple times until he does one that perfectly falls into the trap, and now he'll die.
Okay.
So rather than being like, can I punish these things Fox does? Just be like, is it literally him falling for my trap? If the answer is no, you probably can't punish it.
That is a great way. I think that'll help me a ton because I've been thinking about like, oh, can I punish this all the time? And I'm trying to figure out spots where I can do that, but it seems like the better answer is
He's
like
just too darn quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's just too fast. So yeah, that is, I think, like a solid overview of how kind of I want you to play it.
Yeah, no, I already think this has helped so much.
See, we have about 4 or 5 minutes left. So what would you like to go over in the last 5 minutes? Out of any of the stuff we talked about, or just go over the VOD more, or any other questions about positions in the matchup?
Off the top of my head, I honestly can't think of anything. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
We did go. It does feel like we did like a complete lesson.
Yeah,
like
I feel the same way.
I can feel it. I'm like, yeah, we kind of just got through like a really solid chunk of things.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you feel that way because that's how it feels to me, and I have a ton now to think about next time I play. And because like I said, the VOD that I gave you originally is me versus Palpa's Fox, but then the one that I gave the timestamp for the link back to was Stone's Fox, and I play Stone way more regularly, and he has a pretty good winning record on me. It's like 7-2, I think, in his favor. But so I play him all the time, so I'm happy I'll be able to like implement, or at least start trying to implement these things right away.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess the answer to your original question was I can't think of anything to ask because I also feel like all the questions I had coming into this have been answered.
Okay.
I wrote like a little notepad of shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of down to call it now. Like, it's pretty close to an hour. I feel like we kind of got through everything, so...
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely satisfied and happy with all
awesome,
that,
dude.
so.
Yeah, I think it went really well. All right,
me
sick.
too.
I will talk to you later. If you have any additional questions later, clips, thoughts, feel free to DM me about it. Like, I can totally help you out with that.
Awesome.
And I will talk to you later, man.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a good rest of the day.